Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of our college prep series. Today, we're going to be discussing networking and relationship building on campus. All right, so for starters, what is networking, right? By definition, networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social connections or contacts, right? All right, so the importance of networking. You all are familiar with social networks, right? You gain followers on Instagram, add friends on Snapchat, so on. So, networking in college is very similar in the sense that you're establishing connections with people typically in your field or major of study. For instance, if you're a business major, then you're going to see a lot of those same faces in your classes, just because you all are headed in similar directions. So you're going to have a lot of those, a lot of the same classes, right? And the ultimate purpose of networking is to form relationships with individuals who could potentially help you get where you want to go in life. So, yes, it's important, very important to start networking early on, so the sooner the better. In college, before you're even ready to enter the workforce. Um, yeah, that's just going to be ultimately to your benefit, right? So, and also get a mentor, someone that is in a position that you want to be in the future, and someone that you basically would want to emulate, right? They're just an overall great person, and you've established a connection with them, and you like them. So definitely get you a mentor or a few mentors. That's going to be very beneficial to you in college and in your career. Moving right along to the importance of relationship building. So, building relationships is extremely important for everyone because it helps you find future opportunities, allows you to reach others on a deeper level, and definitely lays the foundation for future leadership roles. So, for instance, if you're interested in running for an officer position in your organization, your student organization, but you haven't done your due diligence in building those relationships, they're probably not gonna vote for you, right? Because they don't feel connected to you. They don't really know you, right? And so it's just gonna be really, really important that you make a conscious effort to get to know people and get to know your group members and allow them to get to know you as well. A helpful tip is that in college, you will have tons of group projects, and by building those positive relationships amongst your classmates, this will ultimately allow you to be more productive in the group as well as allow for a more positive and beneficial working environment. So, next we have build network into your everyday routine. So, you're going to class, right? You're going to campus events, right? You're involved on campus, right? All the answer to all of those questions should be yes. If not, then you're missing out on some very valuable ways to build your network within your everyday or weekly routine. A helpful tip is sometimes employers, or sometimes your professors, sorry, and classmates can be some of your most valuable assets when it comes to job hunting. So, your professors have come in contact with a lot of bright minds like yours, and some of those former students may reach back out to them and ask them, hey, I have this at my company, I have this position available. Do you know anybody who would be a good fit for it? And then if you have built a rapport and built a relationship with your professor, your name could be in the back of their mind, and they could, easily be like, yes, I absolutely know someone who'd be perfect for that role, and forward your resume along or forward your name along, and that person, may reach out to you. So make sure, it's very, very important. Visit your professor during their office hours. They love to see your face. They work with thousands of students daily, so they may not know who you are. You might just be a name to them unless you make a conscious effort to go visit them during their office hours and connect with them on a deeper level. I know, for instance, I was a part of an organization back in college where we had to do bi-weekly progress reports and get them signed off by all of our professors. So that really allowed me to make those connections, so much so that it really helped my grade in the end, because the professor they knew me. So next we have get involved on campus. So there are a ton of ways to get involved on campus. Some organizations include professional clubs, social sororities and fraternities, jobs, club sports, you name it, the list goes on and on, right? But what does getting involved, what are the benefits? Well, for starters, it'll allow you to make connections and build relationships with people outside of the classroom. And it'll also allow you to discover new skills, interests, your strengths, your weaknesses, so on and so forth. A helpful tip is that most employers tend to seek out students who are active in campus organizations. So definitely set yourself apart by getting involved, right? If you're walking around campus and you're passing a bulletin board, I know for myself, when I was in college, the bulletin boards would be full of flyers. And so I would always stop and look at them. So I would suggest you do the same. Stop, look at them, see what's going on around you, what's going on your campus, and how you can get involved. If nothing piques your interest, you can always start your own club or organization. Take, the right, steps and measures and do your research. But yes, you could start your own club or organization, and that would look absolutely amazing on your resume. Moving right along, so now we are in search of a career. Are we in search of a career? Well, if you are, pay a visit to your campus career center. The career center is a place with, major resources that you should definitely take advantage of. They can assist with things such as resume building, resume critiquing, mock interviews, job placements or job openings, internships, etc. So your student fees are at work here. Definitely take advantage of it. A helpful tip is, even if you aren't actively looking for a job right now, you should attend the job fairs hosted by your career center. Shake hands with company representatives, pass out your resume, have conversations, and build those connections. You never know where they can lead. Also, another thing to note is, if you have a job interview coming up, but you do not have proper attire, at my institution, they had a career closet that was open to students, alum, and these are gently used items that have been donated by alum, faculty and staff, outside organizations. So ladies, if you need, a nice dress, some shoes, a blazer. Fellas, if you need a nice tie, some slacks, button up, you can stop by your career center, your career closet, and you can take a few items. And it was free for us. Of course, do your research. Make sure, for one, your school offers this, and two, that it's free. For me, it was completely free. So yeah, if you have an interview coming up and you don't have the proper attire, there are means and ways to get the proper attire so that you're fully prepared. And so yeah. Okay, so maintain your networks. So like this beautiful picture to my left of these plants, flowers being watered. Like plants need water and sunlight to grow and flourish, you also have to do certain things to help maintain your connections and ultimately grow your network. Therefore, it is important to reach out to those individuals you have connected with and keep a positive relationship with them. For example, say you have a professor whose class you took your freshman year, you're now in your senior year, and although you were a great student back then, you excelled in their class, like you went to their office hours and you know built a connection with this professor. If you did not maintain that relationship and keep in contact with that professor over the years, that relationship would have withered. So if you wanted to ask them for a letter of recommendation or anything like that, they're gonna feel as though like, hey, like, I don't know you anymore, like I taught you years ago. And I've literally had a professor like say that during a class lecture he was giving, like, if a student hasn't contacted me in years, and years later they come to me asking for if they can use me as put me down as a recommendation or a reference, they're not going to be willing to do that because they feel as though they don't know you anymore. And so yeah, don't let that be you. Don't let your hard work and your efforts on building that connection wither away. Another example would be if you meet someone at a job fair, a potential employer, follow up with them, get their business card, and follow up with them via email afterwards, just to let them know, like, hey, I appreciate the time you took to talk to me, and then also this is going to help you stand out from your peers, because I can almost guarantee that they are not doing that. All right, everyone. So follow us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. I know you all have these accounts, so definitely follow us. We're always putting out some great content. We're doing great work. And if you want to follow along with us and see what we're doing, then definitely tune in and follow us on these channels. All right, so that's all, folks. I hope you found this presentation to be helpful, useful, insightful, all that good stuff. So thanks again for watching, and until next time.